I refused to show up at my family's annual summer reunion because they told me my husband wasn't allowed on the property, and honestly, am I really the bad guy here? Let me give you the quick backstory because 5 years ago, my elitist parents completely cut me off the exact day I married Julian just because he is a mechanic who works with his hands and didn't fit their country club aesthetic. They ghosted me completely, blocked my number, returned my letters, skipped the wedding, and then had the nerve to tell the entire extended family that I abandoned them for a stranger. The absolute worst part was losing touch with Pop Pop, who basically raised me in his garage, teaching me to read old blueprints. But after the cutoff, my parents screened every single call and returned every single birthday card until I just gave up hope. I even kept an empty chair for him at my wedding that stayed empty all night because I figured he believed their lies. Then out of nowhere, last Tuesday, my brother calls saying Pop Pop is in heart failure and wants one last weekend at the lake house and specifically asked for me. I said yes before he could even finish the sentence, but then he drops the hammer saying I have to come alone because mom and dad claim Pop Pop's heart can't take the drama of my marriage. So I hung up on him immediately. A few days later, my mom calls pitching this disgusting compromise where Julian can come. But we have to stay at a motel down the highway, we can't hold hands, we can't sit together, and we have to introduce him to everyone. As my old college roommate, Julian heard the whole thing on speaker, and I watched his face drop while my own mother explained the rules for pretending he didn't exist. So I told her absolutely not. She called me a selfish brat for ruining a dying man's wish and slammed the phone down. I couldn't sleep for days wondering if I should just swallow my pride and lie for a weekend just to see him one last time. But then Julian asked the magic question. Has anyone actually asked Pop Pop what he wants? It hit me that everything was being gatekept by my parents, so I called their landline at 2 o'clock on a Thursday when I knew they were at work. Pop Pop answered. I broke down, crying, apologized for the missed years, and told him the exact truth about the restrictions and the roommate. The line went dead silent before Pop Pop asked, "Who do you think is funding this entire weekend?" Turns out Pop Pop paid for the entire massive estate himself, explicitly told my dad to invite us months ago, and my dad kept lying, saying we were too busy while throwing my letters in the trash. Pop Pop asked for Julian's name, heard how Julian held me together through years of heartbreak, started crying, and told me to let him handle it. Fast forward to this morning. And my dad calls me absolutely screaming, losing his mind because Pop Pop called the rental company, completely canceled my parents' reservation, handed the master suite to me and Julian. And when my dad confronted him, Pop Pop literally pulled out the guest list and crossed my parents' names completely off the trip right in front of their faces.